Continuing our discussions, the essentials of business valuation with Bill Ruddick, this segment is the asset approach. Today we're discussing tangible and intangible assets, excess earnings, assets and liabilities, net book value, and examples of intangible assets.
The asset valuation approach is what we will look at this slide. Basically, we're looking at the assets, which include the adjusted book value of tangible assets. And by adjusted, we mean that it's been changed because of the rapid write-off of depreciation. We have to really look at what the true value is of the assets. Then we're looking at the asset accumulation, and that is how many assets the company is purchasing, and those are tangible assets. And then looking at the intangible asset value. And many companies today have nothing but intangible assets in the fact that they're dealing with patents, copyrights, and Microsoft particularly, their bulk of their assets is in their programs. And then there's the excess earnings approach and looking at the value as well. And this is looking at if you have certain assets, like in the pulp and paper industry, they used to target a certain percentage. They wanted to have 18% on those fixed assets. But if they were earning more than that, it added an incremental value to the business. So we'll be dealing with these in the next few slides. Continuing with the asset valuation approach, we're looking at the assets of the business, minus the liabilities, and the net book value. This is typically the balance sheet approach to the business. In the assets, it really includes the current assets, fixed assets, other assets. And in the current assets, we're looking at the cash, and in the fixed assets, you'd be looking at the building, property, machinery, and other assets could be assets that are maybe not even incremental in the need of the business, but are shown as an asset on the books. Then current liabilities and long-term liabilities, and basically that's deducted for the net book value. And in looking at the balance sheet, the key thing there is that we look at what are the true value of those assets, and if there's any hidden liabilities or liabilities that have not been determined. Examples of intangible assets. There are basically 5 areas that are usually looked at, with about 30 different details under each one. We don't have the time or the space to do all of that, but we can start out and take a look at basically in marketing. You've got trademarks, domain names, logos, and things of that nature where people recognize and know your business. Dealing with customers, you have the customer lists, customer relationships, and one in particular that I found is the relationship with your salespeople to the customers themselves, and that's a long relationship selling and is a long-lasting one. Looking at the contractual aspects, there's the licensing, royalty agreements, photos, contracts, and contracts are really very, very important because while you haven't experienced the profit from them now, they're a written legal contract, but that is going to be the profits and the business of the future for you. Then there's the artistic, looking at what the plays, books, music, and even drawings and things of this nature have value as well. Then you have to start looking at the technology, which are the patents. They're registered and well known. There's software, there's trade secrets, and a host of others that really you have to sit down and look at all of these because there's a lot of value here, and the focus is to bring this to a total number that everyone can understand.
Thank you for watching. Please contact either of us for more information and a free 1-hour consultation.